More than a dozen senior generals and admirals have been fired since President Trump returned to the White House in January. These type of presidential firings are not uncommon. Bill Clinton in 1993 forced Major General Harold Campbell to resign after the general criticized him during a recruiting conference. George W. Bush replaced two senior Army officers overseeing Iraq in 2006 and 2007. And in 2009, just months into his first term, Barack Obama removed Army General David McKiernan as commander of U.S. forces in Afghanistan. Today, the sheer scale of Mr. Trump's firings so early into his administration is considered historically unusual. Let's take a look. The dismissals began within days of Mr. Trump's return to the White House, starting with Admiral Linda Fagan. Homeland Security officials later cited leadership deficiencies, operational failures, and an inability to advance Coast Guard objectives as reasons for her firing. On the 21st of February, Mr. Trump announced on Truth Social that Air Force General Charles Q. Brown would be removed as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff before his term ended. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth backed the move.
Any general that was involved, general, admiral, whatever, that was involved in any of the DEI woke shit has got to go.
In April, Trump dismissed NSA Director General Timothy Haw and Vice Admiral Shoshana Chatfield, then serving as the U.S. military representative to NATO. Other recent firings include Vice Admiral Nancy LaCour, Rear Admiral Milton Sands, and Defense Intelligence Agency Director Jeffrey Cruz, who was ousted weeks after a leaked assessment contradicted the Trump administration's claims that U.S. strikes had crippled Iran's nuclear program. During a recent confirmation hearing, Senator Mark Warner, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, warned of the danger of turning military leadership into a loyalty test.
It would signal the politicization of intelligence and serve for falsehoods is no longer a disqualifier, and it would make this country less safe.
In May 2025, the Pentagon announced plans to cut the number of four-star positions by at least 20%, with similar reductions in the National Guard. But the shakeup hasn't stopped with the military. In his second term, Trump has also dismissed thousands of career federal workers, department heads, and members of government boards and commissions. The scope and pace of these firings set this administration apart from the past. And while supporters argue the changes restore accountability and sharpen the military's focus, critics warn they risk politicizing leadership and undermining stability. To stay on top of this developing story, make sure to subscribe to the Threat Status newsletter delivered daily into your inbox, and don't forget to hit subscribe to our YouTube channel.